everyone. Your designers are here. I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today, so let's get started.
Today is episode 200, if anyone can believe that. 200. Crazy good. We've been having so much fun. And today we're going to have another pillow fight. We're going to talk about coordinating pillows in a room.
And our show notes for today's episode can be found at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/200.
I know, we're just overcome with the 200.
I don't know what it is. I'm just so excited.
Can't stand it.
Yes.
We're overcome with lots of exciting things these days.
And I want to talk about that for a second. Behind the scenes, Anita Kelly and I have teamed up and we've been working very hard and planning lots of stuff. And we're just about to roll it out. Maybe in a couple weeks, you'll find out about it. And I'm going to say that we're bursting at the seams, but our mouths are zipped tight shut. And there is a little bit of a tip in today's title. So we've been working. I know. I just don't want. I mean, I don't think they'll get it if we say that, you know. But we've been very busy working and photographing and doing other things because we have something. Just stay tuned because we have something so exciting to talk to you about, and it's all about you. It's all for you, and it's all done with you in mind. So stay tuned, and maybe in less than 10 episodes, you'll know what it is.
Yeah, that's probably safe to
maybe
say.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
But I don't think they could guess it from the little clues I gave.
I don't know. We got a pretty smart, sharp crowd here.
I know. Oh, I know.
And they know us pretty well. So I'm not sure. But anyway, we didn't really say it. They figured it out, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so coordinating pillows in a room. Are we going to talk about any room, or do you want to go through some rooms specifically, or how do you want to handle that, ladies?
Oh, let's do just like willy-nilly, whatever comes up.
Okay.
Whatever comes our way. That's
okay.
right.
All right. So I'm going to toss the first pillow to you, Yvonne. You want to kick this one off?
Well, I am the self-professed pillow queen, and I do have such a love affair with pillows. And I think pillows, and I keep saying this, are like jewelry for a room, and nothing changes a room's look or feel quicker than pillows. And I recently got a really nice email from one of my readers saying, I just don't know, like if you have a sofa and you have a chair in your room that you want to put a pillow on, do you match the pillow to the sofa, or how do you do that? And, you know, I think a lot of us have that dilemma. And let me just say, there are so many ways that you can coordinate pillows in a room. Exactly. Yeah. So I just can't give you like, okay, do this. But what I'm going to say is if you can get a hold of pillow swatches or buy the pillows, bring them in, put them all on the floor and sort of weed out the ones that don't work. You'll know when it feels good to your eye. And usually my formula for a sofa, if there had to be a formula, is a 22-inch pillows on against the arms of either side of the sofa, with a 20 to 18-inch pillow next to that in a coordinating fabric. I really like to go plain, and this is so simple, plain fabric or a nubby fabric in a color. Then my next pillow would be like a big floral, big geometric or something. And then I use a lumbar pillow in between that, in the center of the sofa, in a coordinating fabric or something that has a small pattern. So it's plain, big pattern, small pattern. And then you can do so many things with a coordinating pillow. You can, if you're going to do it in a chair, you can pick another color from the patterned and just do all that color, because it brings a little of that color in a pillow over to coordinating like a chair. Let's say you're going to put it in a chair. Or you can take either, I probably wouldn't use the small. I probably use the medium or the solid on a chair over that coordinates with the rest. And that's how I would do it. That's how I would coordinate if you're going to do a classic sofa with a coordinating chair, or just pick out a pattern in a small fabric that looks really, really well, that has some of the colors in your medium-sized pillow, that has the design on it, that works with that, and put it over on the chair. And it's a little bit offbeat, but that it will really work together. I'm hoping you're following me.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to do that. I mean, and I have some other ideas that are pretty similar to what you're saying, but sometimes I go with, if I find some pillows I really love that have kind of a bold pattern on them, then I would definitely mix, and I want to mix other prints, I would go with something much more simple. So I wouldn't go with two bold, splashy prints at the same time. So if you have one bold, splashy print, then I would mix in some buffalo checks or some stripes, something like that, and then maybe some solids, some sort of small repeat pattern. And so you have a small or simple,
or a texture. Yeah.
Right. So I would go with two color prints to go with that big splashy one, and then a stripe for sure, or a buffalo check. And, so you want to have different sizes of prints, and not all floral. So just one floral, and then you're going to go stripes, checks, or something like that with
and,
it.
We talked about this in a couple other pillow episodes. I'm not quite sure. We'll put the number in our show notes to talk about mixing patterns and pillows. But I think one of the biggest things we can tell you is, just if you can get samples, if you're going to get them, if you're going to have them made, or if you are going to a place like Home Goods or Target, or I tend to like pillow covers. So you want to buy a bunch of them. You're going to take some of them home and put them on the floor, see how they work with your room, see what colors work together. And I'm seeing a trend now for a couple years where it's really hard to deconstruct pillows in some images, because there just doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason to them. And
what do you mean?
They're not they don't coordinate so well. Let's put it that way.
Discordant.
Yes, absolutely. I'm seeing a lot
a little
of that.
too much tension for my
Me too. But I mean, we're seeing an awful lot of that.
Very high end.
Very high end. Yes.
And you know what? That just doesn't do it for me.
Mm-hmm. But it may do it for you.
It may do it for you.
Mm-hmm. And so
it may do it for your room, but it does not do it for my room. And what we're saying is, pillows that really look like my mother would say, that doesn't go with that at all. Like, why would you want it? Why would they want that there?
And that's very true. They don't.
It purposefully. Oh, sometimes, like when we were talking about symmetry and asymmetry, asymmetry being the purposeful break, it's purposeful. So there's they didn't just have a leftover pillow that somebody, they didn't just have a pillow fight and it landed there. They did it on purpose. But it doesn't make me feel good. I want my pillows to get along. If I'm going to sit on them, I want them to be getting along.
Now, I think we all agree, though, if you do an animal print, a lot of times that does count as a neutral, so you can mix that in with other prints.
And I think that's one of my like the breaking of the rules, because you can have a lot of tension with that, but I think they look fabulous together. You can mix almost anything with an animal print.
Right. And I love mixing in some velvet pillows sometimes. If I have some other rustic pillows, I like to mix in some velvet.
Mm-hmm. That juxtaposition again.
Lots of different textures, I think, also make for a fun mix.
Yes, it's particularly if you're doing all neutrals, then your textures are going to be your best friend.
Very
and you really
critical.
need that all in there. And, don't leave out the furries because they're so great. We all, I think, to a lesser or greater extent, use the 60-30-10 rule. Am I right in saying that with regard to our pillow?
Yeah, I can almost eyeball that. Yes, right. Absolutely.
So does anybody want to explain that?
You go ahead. You said it, so go ahead.
So 60% should be one pattern. 30% is your sort of your sub pattern. And then the 10% is sort of your wow. So if you were doing the two pillows on either end, as Yvonne described, and then two smaller pillows next to them and maybe something in the middle. The something in the middle would be your 10%.
Okay, can I just say this? I sort of disagree with you lovingly because I think the middle pillows can be that. And can be your I would put those at 30% because I always like to put a pattern pillow next to that. And then I do a more subdued in the middle. That just works for me. So I'm a little off of that. Mm-hmm. But
see,
then
I do my 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess isn't this interesting? And we can all live together doing all of this.
And I sandwich
But we would need 2 sofas so we could do it differently. Yeah. I think my center one, and then maybe the one that would be on an accent chair on the other side of the room or something like that. That is what I would choose to be my 10.
Now, isn't that funny? I would never use those second pillows that I say have a floral or a big geometric. They're my pops. I don't use that anywhere else in the room, only on the sofa, but I use maybe the colors from it on another chair.
Gotcha.
So see, and I think that it works both ways.
So we're using the same formula. We're just implementing it differently.
Yeah, and I think that works both ways. I think you can do it the way that you said, and certainly that's the traditional way.
Right.
But I really like that little extra wow. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the listeners are clear. So we are agreed on the general percentages, but we're just implementing it differently. Is that right?
A little bit. Yeah, I think so.
So that's great. So yeah, I just think this, for me, the center one should be sort of the most unique on a sofa. But I might try it the way you're doing it now and see if I like that better.
Well, if it's going to be really poppy and we're doing a little lumbar in the center, I would want a little more pop than just on a lumbar. So,
I usually do like a monogram or something on those, so it just sort of goes totally different.
I would want, but now my back on my sofa is so tall, the lumbar looks lost. So I can't do a lumbar in the center. So I do all the bigger size pillows.
This is such a dilemma. I mean, with almost anybody and even us, like we go into a room, let's say it's, let's use a family room or a living room. And, you look at all the surfaces and see, because I love pillows, I want to put a pillow on everything. Everything looks better with the pillow. Not so, because it can be overdone. Just like, I don't think you can wear too much jewelry, but like the tiara, puts it over the top. So, you just can't put that much jewelry
you have
on.
A stopping point, Yvonne.
Yeah, there is a stopping point. You are so right. But so what do you do? And which I've got a sofa and 3 chairs in my living room. What one do I put it on and how do I do that? That's always that question. And I think if you have 2 matching chairs, I like to see pillows on both of those chairs. So I have small lumbars on both of those chairs and nothing on. I've got like a sort of whimsical flowered fun chair in that area that works. So I don't have anything on there. But I just really think it all depends on, what your style is, how many objects you have in a room. And it's a work. You have to work at it. It's nothing you're going to go, okay, these pillows work perfectly.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. It's a lot to the pillow, the average person might not consider it, but you're checking size, the fill that will dictate the way it sits on the particular piece of furniture, how the fabrics play off each other, how the patterns play off each other. So it is something that, again, you're going to want to practice and try. And I do like the idea. It just sounds so fun to go buy a ton of pillows, but you may also on Etsy, find a lot of pillow covers that are so super inexpensive. And if you're getting them sort of in your limited color palette that you have going on in your whole house, you may be able to use the pillow elsewhere if you don't necessarily love it on your sofa or something like that. So that is a really great source for pillow covers. So or even just to get ideas. Oftentimes, if you go into an Etsy store, they'll have one selection and then under it, they're going to show you like 5 or 6 other ones that they have that might go with it. You might be able to find a whole family in your 60-30-10 in one shop.
And here's another tip. If you go to a brick and mortar store, and this is such good practice, and there's a couple big names, and you can say, hey, I'm looking for pillow covers. Do you have samples? They have drawers of samples. And you can look through all the fabrics and they'll pull swatches out for you and you can take them home and do this.
You can take them home?
I mean, they're just like little, they're maybe 4 inches long by 4.
Oh, okay. So they don't give you pillow covers to take.
No, but you can get samples of and I so do this all the time, samples of the fabric on a little card with all the information on it. And you can get all kinds of fabric. They are so happy to give them away. And I keep them all together and I can play with them. So, okay, I'm going to go to my living room and I put them on my sofa and I say, oh, well, this and this work really well together. Does it work with my room? What would I have for coordinating? Then I can go literally on their site and look what kind of pillows they have that would work really well. And I found 2 lumbar pillows that they didn't, they don't necessarily have samples for those because it was like a color block. And I thought, wow, this would look really nice. So I could figure it out, but you can't figure it out without finding I just don't think you can just go, oh, I really like these. Like I buy pillows online all the time and sometimes they get returned and sometimes they don't. Pillow covers and pillows. Because I think it takes a lot of play.
Right. And that was the other thing I was talking about was just the importance of going with pillow covers rather than the pillows themselves. If you are buying online and the pillow is in the cover, you're buying the pillow and the cover, you're paying not only for the pillow cover and the pillow, you're paying for shipping on both. But if you just keep these pillows at home, then you just buy the covers. And even if it's you're paying for that shipping and the pillow itself, the shipping costs a lot more than just the pillowcase. And the other thing is I want a down-filled pillow. And most of the pillows, if you buy them already filled, don't have down in them. So that's why I really like to buy the covers. I get my down-filled pillows and then I just buy the covers. And then the other problem is if you want to rotate pillows as the seasons change, where are you going to store all of these pillows? if you buy the pillows and then covers, you just change out the covers and then you just store the covers simply in a closet rather than renting a storage building for all of these extra pillows.
Right. Or you develop the Dewey pillow system that
I have.
Yvonne has. And then you
for the
find
covers.
them.
Yeah.
And here's another great thing. My pillows are primarily coordinated around my limited color palette. And my whole house is primarily coordinated around Benjamin Moore Sonnet. It's more of a bone, the tans, the caramels, than the grays. So all of my pillows that I have coordinate with that. So I could almost take those pillows, except for one bedroom that I have done in blue, and mix them anywhere in my whole house. They would work. So I've got a lot of pillows that have those colors, those neutral colors in them.
Same
And
here. In fact, the other day I was thinking, where are those pillows? And then I thought, did I lose them? Did they ever come out of the bag? And they're right in the entry. I walk past them 12 times a day. But, I can move everything around so much. Sometimes I forget where I put it last. So, that's, part of our foundational tips here at Decorating Tips and Tricks is your limited color palette for so many reasons, economy and all the fun you can have moving all your stuff around, are just two of the reasons why you should have a limited color palette. But yeah, I think it's so great because you might get tired of it there, or you might just feel like, you want to have some animal print in the bedroom or something. And, maybe it used to be on the couch and you can get that moved around and change it up and get some new ones. Now, would you say you would never, under any circumstance, only have 2 pillows on either end of your sofa? Would you always have some friends with them?
Well, you can do 3 in a row. You can do, I've done that. I've used 2 pillows of the same. I have like these black, tan, and white embroidered pillows covers that I love. I had them custom made because I fell in love with this fabric, and I put a spring green linen pillow in between the 2 of them. And I just put them on the one end of the sofa, and they looked awesome together.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't dress the other side of the sofa. I just had them all sort of stacked. They really looked nice. And then I just put, I had a pillow that was a print that had green in it, the same green. And I put those on either side, like a geometric print, and put those on my 2 matching spindle chairs. And that was a great look.
So it doesn't always have to be the 2 on either end and something in the middle. You can shake it up, but I would not just put 2. I'm getting very sort of Don Draper mid-century look in my head when I think about just 2 pillows on either end of a sofa.
No, that's boring.
That's sort really of boring, isn't it? And if you love pillows, the more the merrier. So if you've only got 2 pillows there right now, we're not saying run out and go buy some pillows, but maybe you've got some pillows someplace else in your house. Just start playing with the idea of the shape, let alone like kind of even if the fabric isn't right, or the pattern is not right. Just think about that. How do you feel about the shape of having 2 pillows there, or one bigger, one smaller, or adding in sort of a little accent pillow somewhere? Maybe you just play around with the format of it first and then dive into the patterns and the percentages of different patterns.
I think what you're saying, Kelly, is so important. Let's say that you do that classic 5 pillow. You have the splashy 10% pillow, lumbar pillow in the middle. That doesn't mean that you can't put a splashy 18-inch pillow on one of your chairs that's in the same fabric, but it's not a lumbar. It's not rectangular.
Right.
This time it's square.
Right.
I think that gives a little interest. I have upholstered head chairs, and I have large lumbar pillows on those, and they coordinate. And I don't think I would do different ones on those. I have a black and a sort of a beige buffalo check on those, done in a really sort of more upscale fabric. So it doesn't look relaxed. It looks a little more formal. And I think that's a great place to put a pillow. Now, you can see my dining room from my living room, and sometimes they coordinate and sometimes they don't. I think there's enough room between those rooms because of a center that I don't coordinate those. I just do whatever I feel like. But see, most of my pillows do pretty much go together, or they have colors that coordinate that. It works. Do you know what I'm saying? It can be off, but they work.
You've kind of curated your own collection of pillows.
I certainly have.
Would you say?
So, absolutely. Pillow covers. I've got 3 drawers full.
But even when I'm saying collection, you have, and maybe you have sub collections because you have so many, but you have a number of them that can work together.
Oh, I have lots that work together.
Right.
That I can basically put anywhere in my house. That's right. Except the one blue bedroom. Exactly. But let's talk about bedrooms. I think bedrooms are a place to you can get a little crazy with your pillows.
Well, yeah. And some might say too crazy when they have to make and unmake the bed, but
yeah, it can be daunting.
It can be.
To deal with all the pillows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here you're looking at bigger pillows because you're going to have possibly Euros that are often about 24 or 26 inches wide. And then you've got the bed pillows. So they are longer as well. And so so when you're putting pillows on your bed, it fills up the bed pretty fast because these are much bigger pillows than what you're using on a sofa. But yeah, so I like the Euros in the back, and then possibly the pillows that I'm sleeping on. And then in front of that is maybe a decorative pillow sham. And then my favorite, my very, very favorite is a long bolster pillow.
Now, when you say long, do you mean, because I think you generally use 3 Euros. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So now obviously it's going to go in the center, I would say. Right. And so does it run the expanse of all 3, or does it sort of stop midway between the one on the left and the one on the right?
I'll have the pillows that the sleeping pillows in front of the Euros. So it's not, so the bolster's not right in front of the Euros.
It's in kind front of your decorative shams.
Okay.
So then, so there's decorative shams, but then you've stepped down, and then even below that, you've got the bolster. But the bolster, yes, I like it to go, I'm trying to think. On my queen bed, it's probably 36 inches long. On a twin, which is 39 inches wide is the bed, I would probably go more like 26 inches, 24 inches on a twin bed. And then the king, I don't know how long that one is.
Okay.
That's probably maybe like 39 inches. I don't know. That's a pretty long one.
Now, do you use 3 Euro shams when on a queen bed, or is this on a king?
Oh, sorry. That's on a king, because 3 are not going to fit on a queen.
I put 3 on a queen. The 2 on either the left and the right side, they're all out of the same material, but the one in the center had a quilted pattern on it of the same material.
They're not hanging over the side?
No, I put the 2 Euro shams on, and they're on either side, and there's a bit of a space. And then I put the Euro sham that was the same fabric, but it was quilted in a diamond pattern.
Okay. So what size Euros are you using? Because they're not all the same size.
Well, she's stacking, really. She's like overlapping the middle one on top of the other 2.
Are they 26 inch? Do you know?
Yeah, they're 26 inch.
Okay, yeah. I like to use the 26 inch, yeah.
You guys taught me that. We have a king bed and always have. And I just always like bought the package with the 2. So, and then I got another one because you told me I should have 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, and this is just, and I'm just about done with my bedroom. I can't wait to share it with everybody. But I have a quilt, but it's more like a coverlet. And I use all of my beds have white matelassé covers on them, and shams. That's just sort of like the base of everything. And it's easy to wash. And I have a lot of guests over and dogs and on the beds and all this kind of stuff. So I'm always forever washing them, and they hold up well. But for my master bedroom, I found this gorgeous, like a white and a camel, lighter than camel. Not even caramel, probably maybe close to caramel, bed coverlet. It did not come with any other coordinating pieces, which distressed me so much.
I can tell in your voice.
I know. So, it's like the cheese stands alone. You need to coordinate that. And I think we need to think about those things, but it just was going to be so perfect in my room, and it wasn't going to fight with my Italian settee that has that gorgeous sort of watercolored pattern on it, but the colors I took out of there. That was the inspiration. So I bought another queen size coverlet, and I'm going to make Euro shams for that bed.
Oh, nice.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, they're probably cheaper to buy the coverlet and make it myself than it would be if they even had the
savings.
The Euro shams.
I can't even imagine the savings there. It's
So
fantastic. That's the way I think. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at what I bought that and look what I just saved.
So in
Fantastic.
a bedroom, to coordinate, I like to coordinate my back pillow shams either with my white matelassé or the coverlet I have over. And sometimes for the summer, it's just a coverlet or a quilt, very light, or a duvet cover without the duvet in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the, winter, the colder weather, I like to coordinate those back Euro shams or the shams in front with what's going on, like at the bottom of the bed, that if we need an extra layer, I'll pull up.
Let's jump back to the finding one thing in this case, because we're talking about pillows.
Mm-hmm.
Finding one pillow. So there you are one day and you're strolling through wherever the store you troll, Home Goods, what have you. And you see one pillow and you look and there's just not another one. What do you do, ladies? Do you buy it? Anita, do you buy that one pillow, that one lone fab pillow?
Oh, if it's amazing, of course I will go ahead and get it. But in general, my rule. I like to buy pairs of almost anything. Chairs, a pair.
Yeah.
Lamps, a pair. And pillows, I almost always buy matching pillows.
Okay. Yvonne?
So, but if it's amazing and I could only find one, I'd do it and I'd work around it.
Okay.
Well, let me just jump back to Anita. Anita, I got these, 4 dining room chairs, and I really use a bench in front. So I'm thinking, well, do I really need 4? And Anita's voice was in my head, and I bought the 4, and I'm so glad I did, because I don't know, the styles change. You'll never get them back.
Yeah, right.
And I used one up in our sitting room. We have a great big long, table desk, and I put it behind there. And I actually put another one in my foyer, and they look great. So I agree with you. It would have to be like a lumbar pillow. Absolutely. I'll buy one. It would have to be the most pretty, spectacular thing I've ever seen in my whole life to buy one. Because what am I going to do with it? Other than I'm not going to.
Well, but it might work with what you already have. Now, if it's a neutral pillow, you could probably throw that in.
Yeah,
anyway.
but I have so many neutral. But I'm thinking for me, I have so many neutrals. I think.
But if someone did,
or I could maybe put it. It depends.
I'm just
if they were not as fortunate in the pillow department as you.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe I'd rethink it, buy it, and if I didn't like it, give it to one of my girls. I mean, they are like, can I look through your pillow drawer? They're always coming in. And I went to my daughter's house and I thought, those pillows look spectacular. They're my pillows.
No wonder they look so good.
Yeah. I really love how she did it. But it was a color that I really wasn't using anymore.
Right. But if you have a room that just has one chair and it may be a bedroom, then
that's very true.
Need just one pillow.
I've done that, and I think usually the pillow that I would be drawn to when it's a singular pillow, it's probably got something really special going on for it. And sometimes because they're solos, you might even get a little deal. They might be sort of left over and orphaned there. Their mate was been purchased or something. Especially in those kinds of stores, because sometimes they even have them tied together. Right. You're buying a few
That's
together.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say go for it. If it's in your colors and if you're drawn to it, you'll find a spot for it. Like Anita's saying, you'll find a little chair or, maybe a place where you hadn't put a pillow before, maybe a little chair in your entry or something like that. You can find a spot for it.
Or you can take it home and look around. And if you don't like it, take it back.
Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Yes, you can always save the receipt.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's finish our bedroom. So we've got Euro shams in the back, then you put your bed pillows, and then you put your covered shams, decorative shams that either match your duvet or your coverlet or whatever, and then a bolster. But do you ever put pillows other than a bolster? Like, do you put 3 pillows, like 2 square pillows and a smaller bolster or a smaller lumbar in the center? And what do you coordinate those with?
Well, okay. I don't do it exactly as you described.
Okay. How do you do it?
Well, I put my bed pillows, the sleeping on pillows, and I stack them. And we each have 2 king size pillows. In front of them, I stand up the 3 Euros. So it's as if they're kind of hiding the sleeping pillows.
Yep, gotcha.
And then in front of that, and those are gray and quilted. And then I have another textured gray pillow that goes in the center. And then of those. And then on either side, I have 2 lumbars that are matching, and they have very pretty decorative pattern that has sort of all the colors in my bedroom in it, in a swirly fleur-de-lis sort of thing going on. Then in front of that textured gray one, I have another solo lumbar shaped pillow that is almost like a crewel work. That's what I got going on these days.
Oh, that sounds pretty.
I love crewel work. Oh,
I do too.
But see, you coordinate those pillows to bring colors.
Oh yeah.
In. Yes. And
yes.
I'm trying to find the fabric from my Italian settee that I just am so madly in love with. And we're not having great success finding it. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, because I was going to do either a bolster or a lumbar pillow as the prize pillow that sits in front. Do you know what I'm saying?
The prize pillow.
The beauty pillow. And then
they're all beauty pillows at my house.
Then in my
they're
sitting
all
room,
winners.
Yes, I was going to make a pillow that either had the piping or the flange or some part of it be in that same fabric.
Oh.
To pull that all together.
Yeah, gosh, we could do a whole episode on pillow trim. Well,
Yes.
we can really delve in deep into
I
the
don't
pillow
think,
thing.
I think everybody's best bet, unless you know that you know, when you coordinate, is to bring all the fabric swatches, to bring the pillows home, and just play until it's pleasing to your eye.
Yeah. And in very general
Mm-hmm.
terms, 60-30-10 is going to work for you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You don't want to have 2, I believe Anita said this before, you don't want to have 2 giant patterns, so not 2 giant palm frond patterns or something. A big pattern, a smaller pattern, and then maybe your some sort of like accent pillow, and maybe one of the sets of pillows is a solid with some texture in it.
Mm-hmm. There's so many ways to go, and there's so many great even articles and things online that can really help you. And I have a couple blog posts that I'll also put in the show notes. Now, we just that we are bursting at the seams.
Oh, I have something else to share.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, while we're bursting and sharing.
All right.
But we have another tip of the day. And this one is from Laura Laskey. We love our Laura Laskey.
Laura. Hi, Laura.
Laura has been with us since the beginning of time here at DTT. So here's a great one, which I would have never thought of. 2 drops of lemon essential oil is put into the washable filter of Laura's vacuum. And so then every time she vacuums her home, she has a lemony fresh scent.
Oh.
Right? And you could use any scent you want. You could use rosemary, what have you. But is this not a brilliant idea?
Well, yes. In fact, I'm doing something similar. I finally got my wool dryer balls, and I've got some essential oil, I think orange, to put on them. So my laundry smells fresh and clean. I'm going to try lavender as well.
That's a great idea.
Awesome. Well, Laura, thank you, because I just got a new vacuum cleaner, and it does have a washable filter, and I'm crazy about essential oils. So lemon sounds good to me. So I'm going to try that tip when we're finished.
It's a great tip. It really is.
I love this tip.
Yeah. So we are closing out for the day. We went a little over, but we just have, when we talk about pillows, girls, come on now. We've got to have a little extra time.
We're smothering you with them.
Yeah. Not literally, figuratively.
Yeah, figurative smother.
We're so glad that we could talk about pillows, and we just want you just to go and start coordinating pillows. Remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody. We want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com. Or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.